Hello everyone, this is Amir Mohammed Shahsawarani from AUA Framework team. In this series of tutorials, we wanna introduce you with AUA Framework, specially designed for ASP.NET. And as you may remember, AUA resembles ASP.NET unique architecture, which is a ready-to-use template for any sort of backend and front-end ASP.NET Core projects. If you want to download our GitHub issues, you can come here. If you want to download the files, you can come here. And for the documents and videos, you can just proceed with these links here in the site. As you may remember, we have made some entities here in the domain entity layer, and we named it as sort of vertical slicing. Came here, barista in AUA Cafe. Then we have managed to make the config files. We've made it again with vertical slicing in AUA Cafe, if you remember. Okay, it was our entity, and this was our configuration file. Then we came here in service. We made the service, if you would remember, here vertical slicing in AUA Cafe. And as you would remember, we've made it in two parts. First, contracts. I mean by contracts interface with the implementation of our iDomain entity service, which here input and it's the output, the key value system, and our service files, which we put them here, barista service. As you can see, it gets three parts. First, domain entity service with the name of the model here and the name of the key value here, key value type, I mean. And then it was the interface. Next, we made some commands for it. As I said, user-defined commands. And these commands were made in two sections. First, making the command, as you can see in the command layer, AUA Cafe. For each entity, we've made some separate folders, you can see, and for each command making a separate folder as so going forth. First, for example, we've just made a command of insert. These issues were our input. Then we made some output for this command, which is the sort of enum, as you can see. These are the responses. The success is 0. First name is empty. If you would remember here, our parameter first name and last name and user creator ID. Okay. These are our responses. First name and last name. Then we've come to the decision to make some command handler here. In command handlers, as you can see, we've again made some vertical slicing issue, AUA Cafe, and barista command handler, and made some points to remember. First of all, base command handler. This is our input and this is our output. Output would be model, would be a type. This is no matter what, just your output. You can select it, you can choose it according your business and according your architecture. So all these files, all these command handlers shall have some certain parts. First of all, fixed values. Fixed values, as I told you, you may have some parameters that shall be fixed when entering inputs, like putting some certain pre-codes for telephone or for cell phone, like +1, +98, +46, or only 0 before any type of input numbers, or maybe you have some languages like Persian, like Arabic, or like East Asian languages, which needs some changes of the characters. These corrections are put in fixed value. Then we have the validation. The validation is a process in which we check any sort of issue that our user put in the input sections in our front end are okay, are correct. Then comes our execute function. In our execute function, we just do everything we want to do. So as such, we've just made some function here, create barista for our insert. Then we have made that creation, that function here. Okay, I know that you maybe uh, say by your side that what was it, and we would make it better with constructor function. I know it exactly, and I and my team, all of us do it as in the constructor. But please notice that this file is just the way you wanna get introduced with the IO. When you get familiar with our system, you can do as you want. Then, for these issues of creation, as we need some model, then we create and inject this service here. The interface that we need from the model, from our entity, we make it here. Okay, we've just imported our interface, then we've implemented and injected into our constructor function of our insert variable command handler type. Then we've just take it here, we've updated the server, updated the database, and then comes at last our publish function. In publish function, you would do anything that your business or your architecture may need after finalizing all these issues. Okay, these were our previous steps. Now we want to make some uh, controllers for our system that we have made up to now. We come here in web endpoints layer, opening it in API and coming to areas. In areas, as you can see, again, vertical slicing, we need some folder. We make this folder with the name of our module, AUA Cafe. Okay. As you may remember from our previous videos, we can just learn from the preset template here. We have named it accounting. Okay, when you open it, we can see that, oh, wow, there's again a vertical slicing folder with the name of controllers. Okay, we just make another folder with the name of our controllers. So next step would be opening it. Wow, we have a controller here for each of our entities. Again, we make here a controller with the name of, as you can see, we have many types of controller here, but just to make you clarified and to make you introduced with our IO, we just use the empty MVC controller here. Okay, with the name of, that's great, thank you very much. You've come here, we make it barista controller, as you can see. So it would make us our barista controller. Good. So we don't need this function of index here. That's great. And again, just check that what the template is going. All the templates here, as you can see, for the controller just inherited and implemented base API controller. Okay, we just click on it, coming back here, not controller, base API controller. Okay, done. The next step. So another issue of concern, as you can see, we have the authorization and web API version. I think here we do have it. Yes, because it's authorization and we haven't entered it, we skip it for now. But just in order to use it in our Swagger, we can just copy this version because everything shall be done here. Okay, make imported. Yes, we've just imported it. Check through D, everything as such. I think it's ready. So here we shall write our desired command. As you can remember, we wanted to make the insert command. First of all, again back here, as you can see, we need first our connection method for Swagger. Okay, we make it HTTP post post. Okay, then we wanna check our command public async task. Okay, public async task. What we wanna do here is remembering that all the issues in AUA Framework are done in a sort of strict method, and everything would be handled automatically. Because of this, we shall obey some rules. As such, we need something we call here result model. As you can see, all the result models here make everything for us, and this is the response, this is the output of the model here. So result model is our input, result model. Okay, as you can see, result model. Our output, as you may remember, was int. Then we need the name, insert barista async. Then we need some parameters to get inserted and our function. For the parameters, again, just see that we have two parameters. First of all, command. Second is cancellation token. Okay. What was our command, if you remember? Insert barista command. Okay. Insert barista command. Which we can say just command, and then cancellation token. Okay, there comes the name cancellation token. So as such, everything is okay. Then first of all, we shall specify our creator ID so that the system would be integrated and none of the problems in the future shall arise. We shall say command dot user creator ID equals user ID. As you can see, we do have it in our model. Then what's the return of this method? The return of this method is return, okay, await, because our method is async. All these issues shall be handled through what? Again, coming back here, through request dispatcher.send. It has two issues. First, our command input. The second, our cancellation token. So we just call request dispatcher, as you can see, request dispatcher dot send. Okay, send what? Send the command as we set here, and the cancellation token. So we have done here, everything is finalized here, and this is our so simplistic issue. We just want to show you how you can do a command and how you can run a command from your controller here. Okay, then I think the time of the video is exceeded as my mental limit. I thought about it. Let's do next issues in our next video and finalize all this. Then we would take a tour in Swagger and see what we have done in our output, and in our next steps we try to make some user interface with Maui and with Blazor, so that we can see how we can implement these controllers in our user interface and so on. Thank you for watching us. See you soon. Bye for now.